handled by the Ghana Tourism Authority since it was launched in 2018. So all the activities are run by the Ghana Tourism Authority during the festive season when the controversies were raging. Most of the people started calling the GTA because they've been doing this over the years. And as we have in the discussion today, doing the review, it's very necessary that we have a conversation with a rep from GTA. So my own godfather is here. Mr. Gilbert Agri. He is Deputy CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority in charge of marketing. And special projects. Cabo! You guys know how hard we've tried to get Capo in this studio.
Oh, come on.
Oh, ask my producer.
How hard did you try?
We've tried hard.
When we talk every day and chat all the time.
Mr. Agri.
Kwame.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon and Happy New Year to you.
Many happy returns.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How do you feel about this whole position of Deputy CEO? You were appointed in February last year, and that's 11 months. How is the feeling like?
Well, I can't express the feeling, but thanks to God Almighty and the favor of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and all the decision makers who okayed that I should be, giving that opportunity. We have decision makers. When your name comes up, there are those who say yes or no, and so I don't know how I got it, but I'll say that it's by the grace of God and the kind favor of His Excellency the President. The feeling for me, it has been upbeat every day, because having been in the public space for over 28 to 29 years, to whom much is given, much is required. So every day I check the box to find out, what am I doing? Am I making impact? Because the industry where I come from, they will check, your stewardship or accountability. So the feeling, it's a mixed feeling. I mean, good, and also to see that, yes, we have a responsibility.
Awesome. Did you always have that ambition to serve?
I've always been serving
in a position, in a national capacity, in a political position.
Yes, I've always wanted to serve. I've wanted to serve my community, the society, and if by chance, by large, I get a national position, it has always been a dream. But I wasn't expecting it coming, that quick, because I think I should groom myself, train myself, equip myself, because public service is an adult tax, to serve the public. We have different types of public, but the general public, when you're a public servant, government worker, it's a different ball game altogether. You understand? Yeah.
After 11 months, would you say now you are ready for the task?
We have always been ready.
You said initially you were not so ready when this one came.
No, for the national assignment, but in my small way, in my own small way, I've been working, contributing my quota to the progress and growth of our tourism space. So yes, we have settled, and I'm so grateful that I also have a very wonderful chief executive officer. And let me commend you for the extensive coverage of the report of 2025 December in GH, and I'm super impressed the production work that your producer and your team have done. Before you even ask me how was December in GH? I think your
because
reporters,
you're a presenter, you want to put yourself.
no. What I'm saying is,
no, I understand.
Your reporters have even, laid the foundation for us, and I want to commend our Chief Executive Officer, Honorable Mrs. Mamiefa Wajeto. You see, our strategy is not to talk before execution. Our strategy, like His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, never announced economic management team, yet we have seen the economy performing. So that has been the strategy. We will not put the cart before the horse. When His Excellency in his vision of the Black Star experience, which is the overarching tourism policy drive for our dear nation, what we assessed and analyzed from the previous administration in the December AGH, we realized that there was over concentration of events and activities in the capital, and tourism is a socio-economic activity. You therefore have to spread the income of the tourism receipts. So what are some of the potential cities and towns in the country that has the capacity to also compete what Accra is doing?
Mr. Agri, I think we will come to that point.
Okay.
But let's start from the beginning. December in GH. What is GTA's specific role for December in GH, or Dirty December?
The Ghana Tourism Authority, as is established or enshrined in Act 817/2011, our core responsibility or mandate is one, to promote and market destination Ghana, and also to regulate the tourism trade activities through licensing and through quality service assurance, making sure that all tourism players, adhere to the standard and quality that the tourism, guideline or framework requires. So it is not only December in GH. Marketing the destination Ghana is our core mandate. So December in GH is one of the many activities that we do by way of promoting to our core market. And our core markets are two: one, the domestic, and two, the inbound, the foreigners. So when you see the inbound foreigners coming, there must have been some activation, marketing, awareness creation in those outside markets for them to see. That is the push and pull factor. Before you see people buying a product, it means that they are aware or they've heard of it. So they didn't just get up, started coming here. We had activated. We've done pop-up activations.
Oh, so you did for last year?
Oh yes. We travel. I mean, I went to Miami for cruise trade. My boss had been to US more than 3-4 times. I went to Czech Republic, Central Europe. We are not targeted Central Europe. Czech, Poland, all those areas. We've always been going to Holland for Vacanti, Spain, Futuri, Netherlands, But we decided that we are going to amplify what the previous government did by way of touching areas that they haven't touched. Oh. So when you see the numbers trickling in, it's because there's a strategic plan, of getting more numbers, not to repeat what the previous administration did, but rather amplify what they did so that we get more numbers.
Okay, so could you please reiterate the countries or the areas that you went to promote December in GH that the previous government didn't do? If you could just mention a few.
I've mentioned Central Europe.
Those places.
The Central Europe had never been touched.
Okay.
Last year, somewhere around May, we met over 30 tour operators in Czech Republic through the Ghana Embassy in Prague. Her Excellency Doris Bresse, facilitated that trade cooperation for us, and we went with tour operators, Sunseekers, Copan Hospitality. So we, as a government agency responsible for promoting tourism, we create the enabling environment for tour operators to get access to those markets. So we went with the private sector or the private DMCs to have access to that market. Okay, so that is one. Cruise trade. Last year we had 10 cruise liners coming to Ghana. The previous year we had 12 cruise liners coming to Ghana. So apart from the port, the sea is also bringing tourists into the country. So Ghana has joined the African cruise line market. and we had to attend the cruise trade market exhibition in Miami, Florida, to deepen our position that yes, we have something here. So when the cruise line, the ships are coming to West Coast Africa, they will stop. So now Tema Port receive cruise ships, and Takoradi Port also receive cruise ships, and some of the ship has capacity of 8,000, 6,000 passengers on it. Now, if you get even 1% or 2% of the numbers on the ship coming down for excursion or sightseeing within the period that the ship or the vessel docks, you can imagine the income or the revenue that they are going to release into our market. So these are some of the strategic works that we have been doing, making sure that our tourism receipts will surpass the $4 billion that we had in 2024, in 2025. Whereas we are also promoting and intensifying the domestic marketing approach. So that is the strategy.
I saw comments on social media. Some people said, I think this stems from the videos they saw from Dirty December in Nigeria, the BBC, CNN interviews and all that. They were like, they thought you guys would also maybe do publicity on BBC, on CNN. Is this something that you did or something that came to mind?
So as a marketer, there are several ways of marketing. You understand? You have direct market activation, and that's what we did. We went to the source market that will bring us the numbers. Some will also create awareness. Awareness might not necessarily lead to sales. Now, from all the reports that they are giving you, they are telling you that even Volta region accommodation was oversubscribed. People didn't even get accommodation. Where did they hear that there's an experience that you can have in Volta region that they started going there? It was through marketing activation or marketing campaign or marketing strategy. So Ghana's tourism product is broad. We have leisure, we have adventure, we have culture, we have heritage, then we have art, music, entertainment. So when we go to these markets, we present different offerings to each market. American market, the age bracket from let's say 30 to 65, they want heritage. But the 25 or 24 to 44, they also want entertainment, arts. So when we go, we know the programs. My boss, Mrs. Mamefo Awajeto, had been to Ohio, Columbus. She has also been to Washington. She had been to Atlanta. Now, Atlanta is the largest Black African community that you have in America. So it's a strategy. So our approach and strategy is not just making noise and doing PR, that we are granting interviews, but at the end of the day, it is not showing numbers. So we did direct market activation, which means we went to the source market where they can, bring us numbers. For the first time in 13 years, we've seen Atlanta, direct flight coming to Accra, which for about 13 years they were not flying direct from Atlanta, and travel time coming to Accra was very long. If you are in Atlanta, you have to go to New York before New York, which will take you almost like 18 hours before you come to, and it also makes the destination expensive. You understand? So these are some of the strategies. But like I said, we didn't come out to say we are going to do this and that. Okay. We just did it. So like I said, His Excellency President Mahama has never mentioned his economic management team. Yet you have seen the economy is working, performing. That is how our strategy is. So we are not talking, but we are delivering. And I'm happy to hear from the regional correspondent telling us that accommodation was fully booked in the Volta region. In Takoradi also talking about over 30 events, and also the deep collaboration or sponsorship of the Ghana Tourism Authority. So we have amplified what the previous administration did. The amplification means we have extended the experience from the capital to other parts of the country, and that is why
it wasn't done previously.
You can go and check it. I mean, your reporter said it. You can check it.
Maybe they were not as many as this.
I'm saying that, for instance, Takoradi last year, they recorded 30 events, and it was intentional. And the Dirty December GH in Takoradi was actually launched. There was a whole event. So as we had December and GH in Accra, Takoradi also had their share.
Oh, so after the national launch,
yes,
another launch in
yes,
Takoradi.
with the STMA, Secondary Takoradi Metropolitan Assembly, we launched it in Inchaban. There was actually a ceremony, cutting of ribbon at Inchaban to signify the metropolis' readiness to receive visitors. So we have been intentional and strategic in delivering results, and that is why I'm saying that I'm happy to hear. We've not even collated the results from our regional reps yet, but hearing from your own correspondent, I'm excited. So when our regional directors come out with their report, we are not going to doubt it because we've heard it from grapevine.
Let's talk about the support you give to these event organizers during December in GH. Apart from we seeing them on the calendar, what do you do for them?
Many. Funding, logistics, access, visa on arrival, facilitating easy access to event venues and so on and so forth. Yesterday I was on a podcast event with DJ Mensa, and I was saying that the role GTA is playing this time around with our stakeholders, getting access to venues. Hitherto, event organizers needed venues. They were not getting since University of Ghana Stadium was built. They were not giving access to private event organizers to do their events there. Now, GTA, through the leadership of Honorable Mrs. Mamiefu Wajeto, have had a broad stakeholder engagement with our stakeholders to appreciate what tourism, arts, the creative economy means. They shouldn't see it as an entertainment, but it is that industry that opens the floodgates or entry point for other industries to also enjoy: transportation, food and beverages, hospitality, aviation, and so on and so forth. So the understanding or appreciation of some of our stakeholders when it comes to the creative people, they think we are entertainers and we are just making noise. But if you look at the contribution of our creative economy to our GDP as at 2024, it's about 5-point-something%. And Ghana's GDP is about 84 billion United States dollars. So do the calculation of 5.4% of 80-something billion. So our creative people are contributing to the growth of our economy. But, there's a certain understanding or perception about creative people. Some people don't see the economic value of the creative economy, and that is what our CEO has been doing for the past 11 months, doing stakeholder engagement with relevant government parastatal agencies and institutions to understand the contribution the creative people also contribute. So our
reporter in Tamale said that there was an event that wasn't held because they had financial challenges. In that situation, is there a way GTA can help them?
The Ghana Statistical Service 2023 report of tourism distribution indicates that there's concentration of tourism activities from the middle to the southern part of Ghana. And this is because of awareness. I'm happy that 15 years Ibrahim Mahama has struggled to establish one of the biggest or the largest, art studios in Africa, and also emerging as Africa's foremost, illustrator creative. Now, these and other things will add up to the experiences people will get. So you don't only wait for December before you drive tourists there. A tourist is a person who may travel from one place to the other, stay there for more than 24 hours, and spend in that community so that there's income, release or distribution into that community. But there should be an experience, something that will pull you, and that's why we call those things attraction. Something must attract you. So apart from going to, say, Mole National Park, Larabanga Mosque, Pikoro, and Salaga Slave Market, or the Zenga Crocodile Pond in Paga and Tongo Shrine, there aren't much tourist sites and attractions that inure benefit to our locals. You see, our locals like more entertainment than the foreigners. You see, we need to understand the typology and the psychology of the tourists. Every tourist and the kind of activity they want. There are tourists who are coming from America who don't want to go to the castles because the story of slave trade is an emotional trauma for them they don't want to experience. And there are those who go to the slave dungeons and they don't want to go to Kakum National Park because they are not adventure tourists. And there are those who are coming for the party raves. There are people who came to Accra just for parties. So we need to understand the broad spectrum of tourists and what they want. And like I said, what we are doing, the Ghana Tourism Authority, what we are doing is we have identified, we have data. So we've identified all the tourists, where they are coming from, activities that they do, and then deepening the awareness or marketing promotion of those things. The facilities that need facelift or support improvement, we do. Those that we need to deepen the marketing, we do.
Great one. That's beautiful. But back to my question. So if an event organizer in Tamale is financially handicapped and they come to you, would you support them financially?
Yes,
for December in GH.
Yes, we can, but it depends on a number of things or factors. For instance, if DJ Mensa comes to us with a proposal that is organizing an event, we know his track record. I mean, All White Party, the Black,
the eat, drink, music.
Yes, and all that. So we can support him financially because we know that fund or money that we are giving him is going to yield result. But if you haven't done it before, and your first time you are coming, we might support you with maybe logistic and so on and so forth. For the first time, Western North region, Western North, I'm talking about Sefirioso. They don't have a tourist site like nature attraction, but Sefirioso is the largest cocoa growing area in Ghana. You can check it. The tonnage of cocoa that is exported from this country. The number one region or area that contribute to cocoa production is Sefirioso. How can we turn this cocoa farm into a tourism experience? So together with the District Assembly and the Ghana Tourism Authority, created an experience, a tourism experience called Cocoa City Experience. And that is Sefirioso's tourism.
Okay.
Guys like Mandem Yopik, Kwesi Amauga, they come from that town. So we use them with the support of MTN to stage a huge concert there. 2025, what we did differently, we did a journey to Nkrofo. A journey to Nkrofo was President Mohammed's promise during the campaign time that when the people of Nzema elect or vote him to come to power, one of the things that he's going to do is to restore Nkrumah's birthday and also create a tourism experience called a journey to Nkrofo, then Nkrumah Fest. My brother, DJ Mensa is here. Ask him the time that Sarkodie performed at Nkrofo last year. It was around 3 to 4 a.m. Kofi Kinata was on stage 6 a.m. An event that we started around 6 p.m. We closed the next day at 8 a.m. From Eziama Junction going to Nkrofo, it took me 1 hour. If not a police dispatch, I couldn't even get access. Food, water, beverage ran short. Vendors had to bring food from Takrade to feed the community. People came all the way from Cote d'Ivoire, Freddie Maywe and all that. Over 20,000 people converged at the Eziama school park. So we are doing a lot. We went to Agbozume, Some Tutuza. People came all the way from Togo for an event with Kamido, Edem, and other local artists. So we are deepening domestic tourism as well as strengthening Ghana's position as the #1 cultural and heritage capital of Africa. My brother, apart from December, we do a lot of events. There is no destination in West Africa that has events February, March, April, May, June. Last year, our Panafest Emancipation Celebration, We took diasporans from Accra, 14-day trip across the country. Picoro, Salaga, Saint Manso, Grand Deba in Cape Coast with diasporans from America. And they said that for the first time they had not seen this before. So we are strategically deepening our tourism position as number one. The Nigeria competition in December, I understand. When you become successful in any trade enterprise, automatically you attract competition, according to Tim Calkins. So once you attract competition, you then have to strengthen your strength position.
Are you scared?
We are not. We are not and will never be scared. I mean, the partnership and collaboration with the private sector, our artists are delivering. You heard it. All the artists move. I didn't even know that Stonebwoy had been in Goso when the Shea have been here. Now look at the distribution. Our artists are holding their own events. We are the number one tourism destination in West Africa. Nigeria cannot beat us. I can give you the trajectory from 2016 all the way to 2024. 2019, visitor arrivals was 1,130,307. COVID came, we dropped to 355,000. 2021, we rose back 76% to 623,523. 2022, 914,892, 47% increase. 2023, 1,147,720. 25%. 2024, 1,288,804. So you can see from the trajectory from 2025 that apart from the COVID time that the whole world was on its knees because of the pandemic, post recovery.
Yeah.
We have even grown before COVID. Before COVID 2019, we received 1.130. 2024 1.288, almost 1.3 million. So we've even passed recovery. We've passed even pre-pandemic. So
so we're looking forward to seeing an upward growth again in last year's performance of tourism.
Before DJ Mensah speaks, yesterday, on a panel discussion, we asked, how would you describe December in GH? One word. I said energetic. He said growth. And I appreciate that. In fact, I borrow that word or description from him. Growth in the sense that you have heard that other cities and regions are receiving their share of December in GH events and activities. It is an indication of growth.
Yeah.
So we are growing.
Yeah, but we're still waiting for the figures though, because we can just assume that things are going well without having the figures. So let's wait when the report comes, then we have that discussion. This is Joy 99.7 FM Showbiz A to Z, and we are having a review of December in G8 2025. We have in the studio Abeku Agri Santana. He is a deputy CEO of GTA in charge of marketing and special projects. We have Uncle Ken, who is a veteran broadcaster right here. Mr. Francis Doko is also here with us. He's also one of the gurus when it comes to tourism and the creative arts. Robert Clark is an event organizer as well here with us. And then DJ Mensah, disc jockey and event organizer. 05511119997. That's a WhatsApp number. You can send in your WhatsApp messages right now so we get them read. Yeah. But let me ask you, Abe. Prior to December in G8, we had this information from GTA that you're going to provide STC buses at some points in Accra to help the tourists and then the event goers. Did it happen?
Correct. We announced that before the Ministry of Transport also came to announce this. And we said we're going to do it in partnership or in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport. So when we announced it, later the ministry also announced it.
The Ayalolo buses, yeah.
Not only the Ayalolo, there was this EV buses that the Minister of Transport released.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was it. It was our initiative. But, we don't own transport, fleet. The Ministry of Transport has transport. So when we mentioned that, though my boss wrote to the ministry came out to announce that they also release transport to augment the public transport, which during the peak season it becomes a bit scarce.
But Mr. Agri, you did not come back to tell us this. Because I saw the information on GTA Facebook page.
We are a government agency that we work under a ministry. We are under the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative
But the
Arts.
announcement was made on GTA page.
We said we're going to do it in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport, because we don't own transport. The intercity STC are all under the Ministry of Transport. They are Ayalolo. So if the ministry releases, like if GTA comes out to announce something and the ministry's position supersedes the implementing agency. But once we have come out to say that this is what we're going to do.
Because people were looking forward to seeing that from your outfit. It didn't happen.
It is the same thing. It is the same thing. The Ministry of Transport is not an implementing agency in the transport industry. They are a policy, institution or organization. Okay. So even the day-to-day transport is run by agencies under the Ministry of Transport, like Intercity STC or the Ayalolo and Metro Mass. They are the agencies. But what we did, we gave the Ministry of Transport the areas that we want fleet of transport to augment because of the traffic and the data.
So what it means is that it didn't happen.
It happened
on your side.
It happened through the Ministry of Transport.
Okay. All right. But if you're listening and you ever had the chance to board any of those buses, you can send us a message right now, 05511111997. We're still talking about December in G8. Now, on 18th December, the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board announced the closure of 5 of Ghana's historic coastal forts to allow for critical maintenance and safety checks. Then a few days later, the Minister of Tourism, Honorable Abdullahi Fagomashi, also issued a statement to reverse this whole initial announcement. Did this really have any effects on GTA's operations? Because I know you are not in charge of those forts. It's for the GMMB, right? But they announced that they were closing down these forts, and then later the minister came out to say, no, we can still go there and visit them. But did that particular announcement by the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board affect your operations as GTA?
There are 23 agencies under the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts.
13.
There are 13 agencies under the ministry. And all these agencies report to the ministry. We take our instructions and orders from the ministry. The ministry can cancel any decision plan that we want to do today, and we can do it. The ministry represents us in Parliament. We don't go to Parliament direct. It's the ministry. So the ministry has an overriding powers.
Okay.
So in the minister's wisdom, the announcement probably wasn't timely. And considering the fact that we're in a peak season, probably some due diligence and consultations were not done. And the minister is also a listening leader. So perhaps from the public grapevine, the minister might have heard concern from the public. Don't forget that, you see, we are here to serve the people of Ghana. By the grace of God and the mandate the people have given to His Excellency the President, and the President has also appointed us to serve. We are serving the people. So even when we decide to do something, and the public say no, it is not cut in stone. We have to reverse it.
Okay.
So I want to believe, I don't know what informed the minister's directive, but I am sure and I'm inclined to believe that for the minister to issue a statement to counter what came from the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board, it means that the minister might have received complaints from the public. And since the minister is a public and experienced, astute public servant, serving the people, who will sacrifice you. And,
what role did GTA play in Tastes the Culture?
So Taste the Culture was one of the December in GH experiences that, a private sector collaboration with the public sector, not only the Ghana Tourism Authority, but even the Black Star Experience Secretariat and all other agencies. The diaspora affairs. So it wasn't only the Ghana Tourism Authority. Our role, like all other events that took place, was one, to endorse the event, and two, to market it, to promote it. So that's exactly what we did.
There was another event on 3rd January, Ghana in Praise. Yeah. Is that GTA's baby?
In collaboration with a private event organizer.
Oh, who's that?
Was Jeanette, right?
Is it Gina? Jeanette Services?
Yeah. We did it in partnership with her.
So whose idea was it to have 3 foreign artists on the show, a show that's supposed to project Ghana and praise God and all that? People had issues with 3 foreign artists against 4 local artists, making 7. Whose idea was that?
See, I've heard this concern, and I know my boss, has also taken into consideration what the people of Ghana want. But let us define the position of Ghana Tourism Authority with regards to marketing and promoting our destination. You see, if not the European invasion partitioning Africa, we're one people, right? 1854, when they decided that they want to divide Africa, we're one people. We're one people.
But we're no longer one people.
Wait. So in the wisdom of Nkrumah and the founding fathers of AU, in 1963, when they founded the AU, was to have a united Africa. Ghana has always been a home for Africans. When we say that Ghana, we are the gateway to Africa, and Ghana, we are the trailblazer of Pan-Africanism and all that. It is not just mere wishful saying. When Nkrumah said our independence is meaningless unless it's linked with the total liberation of Africa, there was an intention behind that. So how can we achieve this position if we don't open our doors for other Africans?
There is also the school of thoughts there.
Please, ask me. Let me answer that. How can we achieve this position if we don't allow other Africans to come to the country? I'm not saying that we shouldn't give preferential, treatment to our locals, but when we want to sort of say that we shouldn't let foreigners come here,
I don't think that's the position of those
that is the inference.
They are saying
the inference is like,
why are we inundating our stages with foreign? Because if you do 3 foreign, 4 local, maybe if 1, it's okay. People think that private individuals can bring in foreign musicians or foreign creatives, but if it is coming from GTA, which is supposed to project what is Ghanaian,
but it didn't come from GTA.
No, but it's a collaboration, right?
It's a collaboration,
yeah,
but
so you have a hand in it.
We had a hand in it, but I'm even coming from the position that what is wrong with it if our African neighbors come to our country? What is wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
If there's nothing wrong with that, so why are we crying about
But
this?
here we are as a people also thinking about how we can grow our industry, and sometimes I think we need to be selfish about that.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Let me explain this from an economic point of view. When Ghana pitches for funding, there are narratives and summaries behind the justification that you have to give Ghana this money.
Okay.
Because we are number one. We enjoy other African countries coming into our country. Nigeria cannot boast and pride themselves that they host other African countries. And I don't know how they can even justify for any loan or any fund they want, because it's for themselves. But our position has been, we are the cultural capital of Africa. And the economists and the finance people know the kind of argument they do behind the scenes, and they can use it as a data to support their pitching. We had an event to have Nigerians all coming here. Can Nigeria show any data that they are the number one culture capital of Africa that enjoy other African countries? So there's an economic reason or interpretation behind some of these things. Right. And I want us to, this rivalry between Ghana and Nigeria, it didn't start now. It started from when Ghana beat Nigeria 7-0 in Accra. and it started. Yes, so it has always been. We have always been leading, and this rivalry, it's a healthy one. When people come to Ghana, they go to Nigeria. When they go to Nigeria, they come. So we are praying that in 2063.
Yeah.
By 2063, we're going to have one Africa with one passport that you don't need. How do we achieve this milestone if we don't start it now? So please, if we had done an exclusive foreigners event without Ghanaians, Ghanaians have a concern. But even still, they have a concern. Like I said, we have listened. If we did 3, maybe next time we'll do 1 and we do Ghanaians 20.
And that's what they're talking about.
Yes. We'll listen to them. But I wanted to give the interpretation of our position why we did that.
Thank you very much.
But next time we'll do 1 Nigerian and 35 Ghanaians.
Join 89.7 FM Showbiz A to Z. Abeku Agri Santana is Deputy CEO GTA in charge of marketing and special projects. Now let me get to my panel members here. They've been itching to talk. Uncle Francis Doku, Charlie. Yeah. We have DJ Mensa, Robert Clark, Uncle Ken, and then Uncle Francis. Okay, let me start with you, Francis Doku. Yes. Any question, any comment you want to pass on Abeku's submission so far?
Thank you so much, Kwame. That's it. You made Abeku speak for almost an hour. Maybe next time you let him come alone. And then
no, we have more time. Don't worry.
Has he introduced you already? Or this is the first time?
No, this is the first time.
No, I've introduced all of you.
No, this is the first time
we are
yes, we are talking.
We are talking.
And he's been here for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. We are sorry about that.
We all.
We are sorry. Now I'll give you the rest of the time to talk alone.
And yet you mentioned my name. That I was here.
Because I introduced you. Thank you very much.
Anyway, thank you so much. I think we've had a very successful December as far as Ghana is concerned. I think we all know that since 2019 we've set our destination as a place for people to come and have party in December. And I think last year was done well. Let me just touch before I go into. Let me touch on the transport thing. I should think that the GTA and everybody involved in this would, I mean, this for this particular administration, this was the first time. So there might be some things that would be done. You know, there'll be mistakes, I think, and maybe the conversation around that didn't properly take place well to know who was going to announce the transportation. I mean, based on the fact that one agency announced and then a ministry announced, maybe if there was a proper collaboration, we would have had just one. So perhaps lessons from that to be learned in subsequent one. The other one has to do with the Museums and Monuments Board's decision that was or announcement that was made and quashed by the minister. I think the two things there. One is that was there really a need to maintain or do maintenance at the places? Because for public safety and all that, there's a need to do maybe those refurbishments, rehabilitations, and all that. But perhaps the timing for it was not right. Secondly, if there was a need to do rehabilitation, and for which reason the announcement came, and then it was squashed, what was the safety of the people who would go to that place? So I think the public's concern was that the timing of the announcement wasn't right. You had all throughout the year, January to December, and then December, which is the peak of when people visit, you make an announcement like that. So the concern is that was the place safety enough for people to go, regardless of the fact that an announcement was made. So I think those, for me, are some of the things that we may have to look at, subsequently, so that if you have to do maintenance, don't wait till December. And if the announcement is done, you leave it in the minds of people whether there's safety, and all that. So those for me were some of the things, and that some of those decisions that came into the public, and some comments by officials about Dirty December and all that, kind of created that impression which people were pushing around 18th December that you've killed 20th December.
Is it they dropped the ball?
I mean, how can that be? How can you, when we are now entering into the phase of things happening, I think it was some of these things, which were, genuine thing. And one of those also is the fact that previously the visa waiver for everybody coming in was done a bit earlier. Around when the launch is done for December in GH, announcement is made that if you're coming to Ghana between this day and that, but we delayed that to about a week or so into things. So that, I think all these things created that concern, if you like, which fed into some political angling that people have dropped the ball as far as December is concerned. But I think where we sit now and looking at the things that have happened or the things that happened in December, I think everybody who genuinely gave a view will say that, well, a lot happened in December. And maybe the coordination and things around that may be issues. But there was so much happening in Accra. And given what we just listened to from the other, different correspondents, it also shows that a lot happened, across the country. There may be areas where not much happened, but generally across the country, there's a lot that happened, which goes to support some of the things that Abiku has said about the things that they did, and all that. But for me, where I sit, I think, and I agree with Abiku, that we cannot be a destination that is inward looking and say that we can only, have our own artists and people on platforms to place. We cannot do that. We can't have an ambition of becoming a destination that attracts people.
Proportionally, we should pay mind to
what is proportion
to how many are coming in and how many.
I don't think there's a limit to. I mean, most of those events, and that's why I chipped in earlier that, as Abiku explained, it was a private sector event that was supported by the GTA. And so if I am having my event as a private sector person, and I think that this is what will sell my event, I am not saying that I'm exclusively putting foreigners on my stage.
Okay.
But I'm saying that this stage has some Ghanaians, has some foreign artists to perform. I don't think that it should be a big issue because we're also trying to see how our own artists will perform on other stages.
Very good.
In other places. So how can we then, sit in our country and say that one person comes and another person comes? So then we have sold, our stage to foreigners. Another thing to Kwame, you mentioned when you were having a discussion with Abeku about how it gives opportunity for growth, for our artists.
Okay.
I think that there's also the things that we learn from others, who perform on the same stage with us that will help us grow. I'll give you an example. Most of the events that I have attended where there are maybe Ghanaians and Nigerians or other foreign acts on, the way they set their sound is different from how we set our sound. And I'm sure DJ Mesa will get that every more. I mean, for instance, on a night of the Taste the Culture, there were two things that happened. One was that when Omale came on stage, it took him 30 minutes to set his sound. When Tiwa came on stage, it took her about 30 minutes to set her sound. Our people come and it's DJ setting the sound for them and they play. I'm saying that there are things that we can learn when we, have other people that.
But you don't set sound when people the event is ongoing.
No, it's not testing sound.
Okay.
It's not
setting sound.
It's not sound check.
Okay.
It is aligning your sound to the systems.
Okay.
And that's why most of those big stages they have multiple stages. So when you're patching your sound to the system, another thing is happening on another stage. So the show doesn't stop because, and I think those are some of the things that we also have to learn. That when you're mounting a stage for an event, you're looking at how you can, do the breaks so that it doesn't stop the flow.
But in the case of Taste the Culture, the show had to take a break.
I mean, for me, I think those are things that we need to learn.
Yeah.
It's something that stop the flow of the event, and which is also the reason the event delayed so much into, we left there around 4 a.m.
Maybe our Ghanaian artists didn't want to delay the event so much.
No, it is how their sound is set. It's how they are sounding. So we need to find a way in my view, to learn how to do some of these things. And it is when we exchange things like that we learn from others. Just an example. It doesn't mean that because of that necessarily we have to bring other people. But I'm saying that as a destination, first of all, that is seeking to stand as the cultural capital of Africa. In fact, a lot is happening across the region. Everybody is upping their game when it comes to culture. Côte d'Ivoire is doing a lot within the French space. They have numbers more than we have when it comes to tourism. Senegal has upped their game so much in the cultural space that they're attracting a lot there. Sierra Leone, a very small destination, last year did a lot in the cultural space. They did one of the biggest concerts by inviting people from the Caribbean, Jamaica, and all that. Did a big reggae festival. Among others, Davido was there to perform. So every destination within the Gulf of Guinea is trying to. Benin, the things Benin is doing in the cultural space is impressive. The coup recently kind of derailed a bit, but they're back. So we cannot, be inward looking and sit aloof and all that. So there's a whole cultural renaissance happening across the West African sub-region, and we need to continue to lead that because it is Ghana that kind of sprang that.
Great. And
everybody is catching on.
Great.
And so we have to, in my view, improve things. Where I think, maybe just to end, where I think that, and Abiku talks about activation or direct marketing of December and GH. But I think we need to get that top of mind a bit more.
Okay.
And I'll urge that maybe the GTA will look into its marketing budget and see how to, do that. I saw that last year there was some effort, more than what I've seen previously, in terms of market, in terms of out of home, putting those flag poles across the streets. I still saw some this morning when I was driving, around. That was a bit different. But I think there's a need to. And it delayed also from launch to when it started, and again, it's the first year for this particular leadership of the GTA. Maybe this year they need to start a bit early, create a bit more, in terms of top of mind awareness, so that people won't cry too much because they've seen things happening from across the other markets, and saying that because of that we've killed Dirty December. So I think these are, for me, the first thing.
Thank you, Mr. Francis Doku. Let me get to Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken, any question, any comment on Abeku's submission?
Yeah, Kwame. First of all, I like to commend you and your producer in particular. Your producer in particular for being able to get me out of my leave to come and sit here.
Drag you.
Afternoon. And he's the only person who can do that.
Yeah. But the holidays are over. We're done with
but I am still on holiday. And he was able to get me to come and sit here to discuss this. And I did not flinch when he asked me to.
Yeah.
Because I've always said I love this show so much.
Yeah.
And I love the people I come to meet here.
Sure.
That I learned so much from, that I would never say no to this show. But that doesn't mean that he should interrupt, keep interrupting my private moments. Yes, my private moments, I was very pleasantly surprised when I saw the flyer indicating that you were going to talk to regional correspondents about what happened in their space. You don't know the producer.
Because you didn't mention the name of the producer.
But everybody knows the producer, Onukpa Philip Nai.
Okay.
And I told you the last time, I even realized that he had left a name out. Anyetai Yes, and I have not regretted being here, particularly listening to Abeku too. You know, Abeku has impressed me with his insight of where he is, and together with Mamefwa, who came here, and I've worked with Mamefwa before on a few projects, so I know her worth as well. And I'm impressed with what you guys have done, giving us information about what's going on that's not in the public domain as we speak. I mean, maybe that is the only thing, because I in this country, if you don't put information out there, people don't fish for information for themselves. some people don't fish for information before they come and sit on air or on social media to spew whatever they want to spew out there. So it's important that you've been here today and you've been able to take us into some of the things that you've been able to do, you know. Kwame, as you were speaking, you said that events that happened, and you mentioned Dirty December. You did, you mentioned Dirty December.
During Dirty December.
During Dirty December,
yeah.
Exactly. Now,
Uncle Ken!
Now, he doesn't know. Kwame doesn't know. But
I had that question, but I reserved it for you.
Okay. Now,
yes.
I sat back and I asked myself, what was all the fuss about Dirty December? And then I said to myself, you see, maybe a lot of people don't Joy FM in the mornings on the Super Morning Show. Because on the Super Morning Show on Joy FM, there is a segment that is sponsored by companies. Say It Right. And Say It Right is very important to me because they say it right.
Yeah.
Now, Dirty December, that some Ghanaians pronounce D-E-T-T-Y as dirty instead of dirty. Right?
Yeah.
If you pronounce it right, then you would not have any problems about what each stands for.
Yeah.
You would not have any problems about what it stands for. But because people don't pronounce it right, you know, it brings me back to the time I was on the censorship board, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so Chris Saffold brought a film for classification.
Yeah.
Hot for hot.
Yes. And the film was titled Hot Fork, F-O-R-K. Ghanaians took him on because they were thinking it meant something else, which I'm not going to pronounce here.
Yeah.
And it took me so much time to explain to people why we passed the film, because what they thought it wasn't what it was. You know, and this is the same thing I find with Dirty December. And dirty. If something is dirty, just say, I have fee. Not so.
Yeah.
Dirty is a different kind of meaning. So be careful how you interpret things if you have not taken time to suss the pronunciation
But
of the word.
the creators of that particular jargon or word, if you like, they say it is a corrupted version of D-I-R-T-Y.
What do they mean by corrupted version?
The dirty we talk
So
about.
you are saying that those people
who created
who
it,
created
Mr.
it
Easy and Mr.
meant
Manza.
it to mean
Yeah.
a fee.
So they intentionally changed.
No.
Not a fee.
I think that we need to also situate it properly.
Yes.
You know, in the youth culture,
Yeah.
there's this thing
Yes.
that we have where to make something cool, you can actually say something, but it has a different meaning.
Exactly.
So I say wicked, but it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily mean the person is
doesn't
wicked.
mean it's
That's
wicked.
mad.
Or when I say the person is fat,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that the person is like physically fat.
Or if you say something is bad.
It's
Or
bad.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it came from the conversation of, hey, this is Zimbabwe, we go dirty one ourselves.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like the dirty one ourselves.
Many
means
are
we go
many are
chill.
Yeah, but
Jibuta.
Exactly.
Many are
Yes.
Jibuta.
You understand?
Something
So
like that.
it's
Yeah.
from
Alright.
that particular.
Okay, thank you, Robert. You there, you are always there. Offender, GTA.
Uh-huh.
I have already said I've been very impressed with Abeku. Abeku's always been in this space before his appointment. Has he not always been in the tourism space?
Yeah.
He had his own private
Yeah.
entity
Yeah.
Kaya.
in tourism. So I'm not surprised he's well versed where he is. And I am very happy for him there. I need to ask Abeku whether he doesn't think that out of the agencies within the ministry, and by this I'm talking about GTA, GTDC, the Black Star Experience, and the Diaspora Office. What I found out
That's why it's not under.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know it
Even
isn't.
Black Star Experience is not under the ministry.
These entities did they not have overlapping responsibilities during this Yuletide celebrations? Because you see, I'm asking him because, for instance, Kofi Ochiridaku, who is at the diaspora office, got lambasted on social media for a lot of the shows that came on during the Yuletide. Am I lying?
Yeah.
Kofi got lambasted by a lot of people because Kofi's presence on social media is there. He's always talking and putting things out on social media. And instead of people listening to what Kofi puts out, they attack him for certain things that did not go right during this period. That's why I'm asking Abeku whether because GTA, in the past we've known you to be the body that, like you rightly said, you market these events, so everything was GTA. Now people are mentioning Black Star Experience, people are mentioning the diaspora office. GTDC, I did not hear too much about them.
Accra by night.
Oh, the Accra by night that started. They were the first to actually hit the streets. Were they not?
I think they
with Accra by
still
night.
did in December. They still did.
And they were supposed to have done it every last month, a week of the month.
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They do.
And they still do.
Yes.
Okay. I did not hear about them. But who, for instance, was in charge of the culture event? Was it the Black Star Experience, or was
You
it
mean Taste the Culture?
Taste the Culture? Or was it KOD?
I can tell you.
Uncle, I want to commend you because a septuagenarian who still got youthful vibes.
Oh, yes.
And I mean, I listened to you still on the vintage show.
He's not octogenarian yet.
Yes.
Who is
I said,
who opted him?
he's septu.
When did he opt?
Francis, he's not octo yet.
He's not octo yet.
Francis, I'll accept anyone.
He's not octo yet.
I don't mind.
But even a septu who still got youthful vibes,
Oh, yeah.
young at heart,
Yeah.
and
Because he hangs with us.
Oh, yes,
and
That is a fact.
and also following the
That is a fact.
also following the conversation, I'm super impressed.
Yeah.
I'm very, very impressed. Yes, as you mentioned, I stated the position of GTA with regards to the regulatory framework in which we work.
Exactly.
That we exist by an act of parliament. Okay. Now people, kind of get it confused. Sometimes some people think that we are doing GTD's work and GTDC is doing our work.
Yeah.
Ghana Tourism Authority devoted its function to the GTDC and we own 40% shares in GTDC. So GTDC is our baby. I mean, they are younger sibling.
They work for you.
They even work for us. So there's no competition in that space. In the case of Office of the Diaspora Affairs, it sits right under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. At the office of the president. So as you know, every government institution, works within a certain, ministry or framework. You understand? Then the Black Star Experience Secretariat, as the name suggests, it's a secretariat. So the secretariat coordinates activities. It is not directly under a ministry. It is the president's special initiative. It's the president's own vision. However, because it lacks structures and capacities to execute the work or the mandate that have been given to it, they collaborate with other agencies of government, including the Ghana Tourism Authority. They can even collaborate with Center for National Culture. They can collaborate with the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board. They can collaborate with National Theatre and all the other agencies under the ministry. So there's no overlapping here. During the December in GH, the Office of the Diaspora and Affairs, in partnership with the ministry, organized Diaspora Summit. In this Diaspora Summit, we, Ghana Tourism Authority, come in to support because there are agencies and stakeholders that drive diaspora conversation and investment, which we have that data. So we assist them. So that is how we collaborate. If Black Star Experience Secretariat is also organizing an event, where in South Africa, when they were signing an MOU with the National Art Council of South Africa, we come in there to support, because some of the contract execution will be done by our regional offices, because Black Star Experience Secretariat doesn't have regional presence. We have the regional presence. So even though they are not directly under the ministry, we collaborate with them. So there's no a confusion among us at all. No.
I hope so.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I think you guys have been seeing us together. Myself, Rex, KOD, we always move together. You call me, Kweku, please come. There's something here. Whether I know it or not, I just have to show up. So that's how we work.
As for seeing, we see you, but we hope.
Oh no, we work together. We work together.
All right. Joe 99.7 FM, Showbiz A to Z. You can still send your comment 055-1111-997. We are reviewing Dirty December 2025. We have Deputy CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority, Mr. Gilbert Agri. He is in charge of marketing and special projects. Mr. Kla, yes,
Mr. Dadzie.
Let me have your say on Mr. Abeku Agri's submission, his comments. If you have any question, you can ask.
So first of all, like just this as the others have mentioned, I think that Abeku's submission has been impressive.
Yeah.
And I just want to say congratulations. When you hear him speak, you know he's not just speaking from...
Capo.
It's a combination of experience with academia.
Right.
All the two are at work. And when positions like these are being given and you realize that their background has a lot to play in it, it just makes you feel like, okay, it sets the tone for other appointments that are supposed to be in a particular regard, because then you feel very confident about it. I mean, if I look at Abeku, obviously I would clearly not hear only industry experience. I'm hearing academia, and so it means school they matter. So yeah, you know, so congrats, Kapu.
Thank you.
Abeku, have you got a doctorate?
I'm
working on it.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
So submissions made so far, I think, has been incredible. There are a few areas that I just want to highlight. I think that let's first of all be happy that what we are doing with respect to December in GH is one of the biggest cultural exports from Africa, and that is what it seems, and that is what we are, and that is what is happening, and we just need to be able to own it. And I was telling somebody that this particular December in GH, there are several folks who came to Ghana, and if you want to be able to take into cognizance all of the folks that came, these are the things that makes Ghana the destination. So I went into Afrobeats, and probably, apart from maybe Wizkid, I don't know if he was in this country, the big names in Afrobeats that are known globally were all here. All of them, they were here, from Burna Boy to Ashake to Tiwa Savage to like name them. All of they were all here. Apart from our own acts. I mean, Davido was on Taste of Culture and all. Like they were here, and so it points to the fact that if these guys are coming here during December, then where you one day, it be here you go day. Gospel platform. Apart from so Sonny Badu, well, more or less, but Sinach was here. Moses Blaze, all of, I'm just talking about international. Apart from our own kings and queens who are in the space, who are doing their bits. Again, so if we are looking at...
Where would you rather be?
Exactly. You understand? This is the destination. If you go to the international acts in terms of hip-hop, whatsoever, we have the Beanie Man, Busta Rhymes. These people were here. You know, so it adds to whatever we are doing in our space. Fabulous. Beautiful. And that adds to what we are doing. Now, boxing-wise...
Oh yes.
Let's not forget you understand. So
Yeah.
the diversity we are looking for is happening, and it's loud. And so we need to clearly point it out as one of the reasons why you ought to be here, because the offering we are giving is not just, in one particular phase. When it comes to again, I just want to say congratulations to the private sector.
Okay.
Yes, heavily, because this is heavily private sector led. And GTA is in the space with regulation and endorsement and marketing and promotion. So I'm sure DJ Mensah will speak for himself, but for folks like Akwaba UK, who have been doing this thing for since time immemorial, let me also, I'm not that I work at Charterhouse, but let me also mention the fact that, from the days of Ghana Rocks. No, I'm just mentioning, I'm just.
Please mention.
But you do.
But I do, yes.
Feel free to
But I
mention.
mentioned that not just because you understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I work at Charterhouse, yes, yeah.
But also because you work at Charterhouse.
I must say that the consistency has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we need to be able to applaud, people in the space. For Charterhouse, 2 projects were even introduced in this particular space. One focused on fashion fusion, which was also in partnership with the GTA.
Wow.
And then we had a gastro festival,
Yeah.
which was a 2-day event. We dealt with the culinary arts.
And the laughs.
The laughs, yes,
I
has
didn't
been
know
on.
the laughs was coming on because I had not heard any.
We were there.
The place was oversubscribed.
Until somebody called me on the night, asked me if I had a ticket for him. I said, "What do you mean? Do I own Charterhouse?"
Yeah, so that alone, 33 editions done over a period of 17 years. I mean, the consistency has been phenomenal. And I just want to say that so the private sector and their contribution has been crazy, has been beautiful, and has been good. So I'm just jumping into a space of economic activity. There was a taxi driver, somebody who runs the ride hailing, an Uber driver, let me put it that way, yes, that said that this year was his best year ever.
Of course.
The amount of money he has made, he said he has never made that money.
Serious extortion.
No, if you are going through the system, no, if you are going through the
over
system,
this period,
if you are going through the system, the price is not determined.
Hey!
Uncle Ken,
From
the price is not
FM to
determined.
Tesano,
It's not determined by you.
200,000 Ghana cedis.
No, but it's a system that determines.
Yes. So the system has parameters to use.
But what I was used to was
If the
quadruple.
demand is high,
Demand was high,
certainly you have that. If you have huge traffic, the values will go up. But the reality is that they make money.
For the sake of radio, we can't say extortion, right?
No,
Why can't we?
We can't say.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned,
We can't say. We can't prove.
I used to
it's
have more than any of you.
We can't.
We can disclaim that.
Yes.
Uncle Ken,
Hey, Philip, evidence. I know how much I used to pay.
the demand was high. Okay, Robert.
And they themselves will explain.
So
Yeah.
I just want to say that I'm happy about the economic activity around the December period. The transportation, as for accommodation, oversubscribed, I mean, huge. And the rise of Airbnb and its value in the space. It's not just hotels,
Right.
Airbnb and all these fully furnished apartments and all of that. So it's literally, it's making the space very, very, very economically active. Now, nightlife, if maybe they should start thinking of the 24-hour economy from December in GH and capitalize on that, because that's when nightlife is heightened. People go out and go home at 10 a.m. People go out. Like, there are different folks going out at different times. Some are going out at 7. Some are leaving at... Some are going at 2 a.m. Some are going out at 4 a.m. And at 8 a.m., 9. People will leave at 8 a.m. and they'll go to a watcher joint to go and eat. Like, it's just sweet. You understand? You complain, why they come? No, I beg, somebody's doing business, and that's beautiful. So I just want to say that the nightlife has been so amazing, and I want to congratulate the folks within the space who contributed to this. Prior to the time, the police force, the meetings they held with event organizers, to be able to ensure that they anticipate right and do the right things. I think that we can see the results. I haven't heard anything bad so far. GTA coordinated that. There's been sessions with the health, the Red Cross. Is it Red Cross? The ambulance folks, all of them, and it's been amazing so far. The only thing that I was hoping to see more of is the way we are talking about everything working together. I was hoping to see more street lights. Because at the end of the day, just like you had that, collaboration with them, and then they brought the buses from their agencies. I'm just hoping that subsequently we'll see more street lights, because again, everybody or all agencies are supposed to play their part in ensuring an activity that has benefit for everybody.
Yeah.
So to say. So these are a few of my points, and one of my biggest points of challenge is measuring our economic value.
Okay.
For policy purposes, whatever you do, really, it comes down to ability to measure what has been done, the economic value, jobs that have been created, contribution to GRA, GDP, export value, etc. All of these things. And I see in the 2026 budget that it was mentioned for the Institute of Statistical and Social ISA research, I'm not too sure of their name, that they are supposed to be doing a special measurement of our economic contribution in terms of what the creative economy does. And so I'm hoping that maybe from the perspective of you guys, that's the GTA, rather than waiting for 2026 for these things to be done, if some of the things that have been done in this, like from December in GH, if we can begin that work, because the moment we do that, it makes it easier for us to truly value what has been done with respect to economic sense.
But Apeku already said that it contributes 5% to GDP.
No, so I want to query that and ask: is it contribution from the tourism, or is contribution from the creative economy?
Just
He said creative
just the
economy.
creative
economy.
industry.
Yes.
Creative economy.
Good. If that, and I would like to understand the back end of what elements they are
The
looking at.
breakdown.
That
Yeah.
exactly.
I have it.
Yes,
Okay,
it will be
you
good.
can share with
know,
us.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that we can clearly tell that this is the value, of what we are doing.
Yeah.
Finally, the diversification we've been talking about with respect to December and GH. Yes, maybe it's not every region that is doing what we are doing.
Yeah.
Can they now begin to create their version of, let's say, Kwewu?
Mm.
What do I mean? Kwewu doesn't have to wait for December to be relevant, but in the year, it is relevant during a particular period. In December, certain specific places.
Occasion for it.
Yes, so it's either you create an occasion or you latch on an existing occasion. But what I'm saying is that we can be intentional about each region. We can have also regional ministers who will behave like the regional minister of Ashanti region and, step in the space and, engineer a few things that can help. And then we can also activate...
But they all said it at the vetting.
And then we can also activate, have conversations with our chieftaincy seats so that they can, or stools, so that they can also contribute their quota in getting that kind of action happening in the various regions.
Okay.
So if we can do that, then hopefully it will be all year round, things
Yeah.
happening at different places, diversification in the space, and then for a fact, the fact that we know economic activities are going heavily within the creative economy all year through.
Great. I know Mr. Agri wants.
Yes,
he has
I
an
know.
assignment.
I know,
He has an
but just
assignment.
before
So before.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So he needs to listen to DJ Mensah, give
And
his
then he
closing
can-
remarks, then he
yeah.
can leave. Then we do the part 2 of it.
But let me
You want to-
commend
okay.
Robert. He spoke like an economist or a creative economist,
He studied
because
economics.
asking for value for the contribution of creative, it means that it's not just the creative art talent that he manages or has idea about, but what is the nominal value in terms of metrics? What value are we
Or the
bringing?
real value.
The real value that we bring it. Good. This year, our strategy, we are meeting stakeholders. I think Monday, right? If you have not been informed.
Stakeholders. They are- okay.
Okay, so please then
Kwame, do you know?
I'm informed.
I'm not a stakeholder. I've not been invited.
But Kwame, are you aware?
Not.
Okay, so I'm extending the invitation to the two of you and my brother DJ Mensah.
Yeah.
On Monday we'll meet at Accra City Hotel. We're also doing review of the December NGH. We want
Okay.
to sit and come and listen to you. Monday we want you to tell us the problems where we didn't perform well.
Yeah.
We'll do that on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Different stakeholders.
That's
We've
good.
written to most of them. If you've not received your letter, I'll make sure that right after here they send your invite to you at Accra City Hotel. So thank you very much. You said about Kwewu, we shouldn't wait for December. You see, tourists are people who need discretionary time and disposable income. So the reason why December is loud is because people are on vacation and they are taking the other moments that we can create is either traditional festivals where Easter. Quell people 15 years came out with this whole Quell and GTA jump on it. Now we commend the Ashanti Regional Minister for his Ashanti Fest. If you check on my timeline today, I've posted one of the adventure eco attractions they have in Kenya, say, which has been, they have kayaking in Kumasi, you won't believe it. Upscaling in Kumasi, you won't believe it. So we commend the Ashanti Regional Minister and our Minister for Tourism, Honorable Mamaga, who visited the place, and it's going to be one of the destinations that this year we are going to promote. Then Sugakope and Jekiti. Now these two towns also have big, events during Easter. So this year the concentration will not be only Quell, but Quell, which is in Eastern region, Volta region, and Ashanti region. And we are going to add it to our event calendars that we sell. Those who will be coming for the spring break, the spring vacation, we are going to sell this experience or these activities to them, apart from the regular traditional tourist site and attraction, to also come and have that immersive tourism experience. So your point is well noted and taken.
Jekiti is brighter Semper.
Sorry?
Okay.
Jekiti is brighter Semper.
All right.
Jekiti.
Okay. Joy 99.7 FM. And let me bring in DJ Mensah. DJ Mensah said something.
Before DJ Mensah comes in, final one. Let's commend His Excellency President Mahama for his commitment, releasing a seed capital of $20 million to the Creative Arts Fund. So 20 million Ghana cedis. 20 million Ghana cedis, yes.
I'm tempted to take
20 million Ghana cedis as a seed capital. So if you are in the arts, music, fashion, food, film, or any related creative industry, now you have fund and there's an opportunity. So you need to approach. Then also the construction of the second National Theatre, which His Excellency the President has promised that during his term he will make sure that Ashanti region, Kumasi, will get the National Theatre. And also the renovation of our National Theatre in Accra. But I'll
Mr.
give
Agwe,
you...
did you say the Ashanti region will have a national theatre,
Second.
or they will start the construction?
Yes,
of the second?
yes.
So they will start the construction.
Once we start, we'll do it. We'll finish. In his tenure. Yeah.
But you know how they choose their words, so
Yeah.
let's be advised.
Let's be careful.
So,
Yes.
but he, Abeku, said his tenure.
yeah, his
Yes.
tenure.
Which means it's broader than 2026.
Yeah. Glory be to God.
Amen. But tourism, players, we have to be grateful because 2026 budget, the grand total for the financial year is 255,127,941, and the breakdown as follows. Tourism product development will have 14 million. Tourism research and marketing will have 15 million. Tourism facility monitoring, 21 million. The tourist site, monument, heritage site, earlier, I think first quarter of 2025, His Excellency, through the partnership of our donor partners, released about 22 million. So you see the castles and museums, being renovated this year. So a total of 50,785,000 in these three lines: heritage, cultural development, promotion of art and culture, research and preservation of culture. So this year is a good year for us as creative people. You need to approach the appropriate quarters for support. So I will encourage our creatives to approach the Creative Arts Council first.
Agency.
The Creative Arts Agency first. Then the Ghana Tourism Authority and other, related government agencies.
DJ Mensah hasn't spoken.
Just that's one question.
Okay, quickly, please.
The Black Star experience, is there any fund allocation for that?
Yes.
It's a secretariat.
It's a secretariat.
Yeah, I understand. It's just that throughout everything we've ever discussed, that has never really come up. That's what I'm asking.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine.
The place came
That's
out
fine.
to say that their activities would start taking effect from this year.
Yes, it's just that when
And
we
that last year, Kwame, didn't you hear him?
Yeah.
He said that last year they had not been
resource.
Yeah, but they
allocated
were
any
doing
funds.
things last year.
Creative
They were
Africa
part
through,
of,
through sponsorship, he
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
Through sponsorship, he said.
No, but the activity has started. They are working. Maybe some of the things that they will do, because they've now been allocated, budgets, will be a lot more than they did last year. I believe
I
so.
think since Rex is not here, we can only hazard a guess as in what's
because
happening,
the
so.
sister.
All right.
They brought
DJ Mensa.
It's an in-law.
Yes, boss. Before we get into the events that happen proper, that's part 2. Before Mr. Agri leaves, your question or your comment on all that he said so far.
I mean, I'll commend him for everything that he said. We were on a podcast yesterday, as he said. There was so many things that he shared.
Which
that,
podcast was that?
Revolve Plus.
Revolve Plus.
Oh,
I
Revolve.
think it's
Okay.
new. It's
Yeah.
just they're just creating it. So, and I happen to be there with him. I mean, one of the things that I mentioned to him that they are doing a lot, but it's not out there, so we don't know. And then I think a few things I mentioned is that they should put it out. They shouldn't wait till maybe now talk about it. Why don't we get them? I mean, 6 months ahead of time before December, making noise about December in Ghana or Dirty December or how they call it. Top of mind. I always say we are even good with not so many airports before you get into the country. If we're talking about airport, maybe New York, now Atlanta, which I used when I was coming in, London, probably maybe Dubai or Amsterdam, right? There are LED boards and everything that is there that we can advertise for people to know, just like Rwanda did. They were spending so much. I didn't see any spending. Apparently, there's no budget this year. But I said that even if we had 200,000 Ghana cedis and we gave 10,000 each to all the influencers to make noise about December in Ghana, look at the budget the Nigerians are spending. I mean, one of the things I would want to ask him, which you did ask him, is about the fact that is he not scared? If you ask me, I'm scared.
You are scared, eh?
I'm very scared. And I'm going to go into that. And before that, thanks to Robert, he mentioned the fact that the private sector is doing a lot. There's one thing that we don't mention a lot is someone's baby, which is December in Ghana. We started with Dennis Teria, where he started in 1999. When he invited me yesterday, I made sure I sent you some of the evidences that's out there that people don't know. And it's like we don't talk about it that much. He doesn't talk, and he happened to be my partner, Aquaba UK. So it was a thing like in the past where we bring case as a form of punishment to Ghana, like come to Ghana, you come in. But he made sure, no, there are beautiful places to see in Ghana. I'm going to change that. He didn't only do that. He also made sure he was taking artists from here for Ghana independence in the UK and Ghana Party in the Park and even Miss Ghana in the UK. So we must make sure that we always commend the people that actually made this thing started. I mean, Mr. Abeku mentioned the fact that I think yesterday when he started talking, he mentioned that he started 7 years ago, but this started since 1999.
Officially,
so I want to
with a brand name.
with a brand, yes. I mean, and one thing like you said, it's a brand, just like every other company. Yes, you're going to evolve. Your logos, everything is going to change. We agree to that, but credit must be given to where it started.
All right.
So yes, I'm scared. There are things that we have to mention. Pricing, it came on the podcast as well. If I have to travel to Jamaica and spend less than I'm coming to Ghana to spend, these are some of the things that we have to look at. Restaurants are overcharging, cars, transportation, accommodation, and all of that, and ticket pricing. So these are some of the things
Don't
that.
say extortion.
Don't say extortion.
You can say over.
What is over?
But there's another thing that he mentioned, which I commend him yesterday, which he hasn't mentioned, is about VAT, the new threshold, and that's what I would like to push for him to mention it here, so that people will know that there's a new thing, with event organizers hitting a threshold before they are being taxed. So, Abeku.
Yes, so thank you so much, DJ Mensa. The Minister of Finance in the 2026 budget that he presented to Parliament and of course approved by His Excellency the President and Cabinet our VAT threshold has been moved from 750,000 to 250,000 to 750,000, meaning that GRA is not coming to tax you if your threshold is, say, 200,000 or 300,000.
Threshold means your annual revenue.
Yes.
So all the money you make.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now it gives room to small medium enterprises that are coming into the creative space, not to be taxed during this period, because previously it doesn't matter even if your event is 20 people. You see the GR people, they'll come there and blah 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 blah. They are harassing you and so on and so forth. So let's appreciate that move by government, that unless your annual threshold it's 750,000. And here I'll plead with our creatives that please have records, bookkeeping of your events.
Okay.
Don't over invoice them, because if you over invoice them, it will affect you. Because when the GR people come, they'll look at your books. Understand? If you said I paid this, sometimes we do that for sponsors to give us money, but in reality, you know that your event, Sarkodie was in Takrade here. I don't think that the artist paid him to do all that. They can't. You understand? We've been supporting each other. Robert Clark, his dance, festival. You call colleagues, come and support. But if you go and put some figures as if you spend that amount, the tax people will think that you have money, and they will think that you are even doing money laundering. Where is the money? You have diverted the money somewhere.
A friend of mine who is a hotelier, spoke to me and complained about the advent of Airbnbs, and said that most of them do not pay taxes like they do, the hotels, and that they are benefiting at their expense.
They pay now.
It's not true. Since November 2024, Booking.com wrote to all vendors that they are operating on their platform that they needed their tax identification number and their Ghana card to now validate their presence on their platform, because the National Communications Authority would demand that 5% of levies, NHAIL, Get Fund, that time COVID and all that, should be deducted from the sales that the vendors do to them, because 6%. At the end of every month, that's 6%. At the end of every month, Booking.com will issue invoice to the hotels that this is the business I brought to you.
All right.
At this value, this amount goes to the Ghana Revenue Authority. So they've been paying.
Okay.
Probably what your friend should have said, that some are operating without
Yes,
licensing,
that's what he meant.
and that is where the Ghana Tourism Authority, will come in, because it's in our mandate to license every accommodation facility.
Yeah.
So if you are listening to me and you are operating any accommodation facility and you have not registered with the Ghana Tourism Authority,
Thank you.
please go to the nearest GTA office and register your business, because when we find you, one, we'll surcharge you, two, we'll close down your place, and you pay for the fine and penalty before we reopen it. It's not much, 1%. 1%, and that is the money we use in supporting the industry. So we are pleading.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Gilbert Beku Agri. He is Deputy CEO, GTA, in charge of marketing and special projects. Thanks so much. We'll be taking a breather when we come back. We are doing part 2 of this. We'll be talking about the events that we attended. Mr. Robert Clark attended almost all the events, so he'll be giving us a review of the events that he attended, and then we add hours to it, and then we get into other aspects of the conversation. Still here on Joy 99.7 FM. Anita, let it go up so I read it. One of Ghana's problems has been the lack of synergy between states, agencies, and ministries. They forget the goal is Ghana and not in isolation. This is from Nana Kwesi. Another comment here says, hello, happy new year to you and your listeners at large. It's good you catch a big, greater fish in the industry. It's always a delight to hear this man's voice on radio. You mean Abeku agree, right? All the time. It's really a great grant in the media space from Great Jabati, Gan West. Yes, he's typing from Gan West in Sakina Estate. And okay, another comment here says, it sure was very educative and entertaining listening to the Joy FM discussion on the radio about an hour ago. Congrats to the team promoting tourism. I have a question. Have you considered the tourism potential of the historic Tetekwashi Cocoa Farm at Mampon, Equiapim, just 5 kilometers from the center of Accra? Established in 1879, the spot from where farmers bought cocoa and began to commercialize cocoa farms, which spread throughout the country. Randolph Perby Santana. He says Santana is the man from Great Jabati. He's here again. All right. Thank you so much for your comments. You can send more 0551111 When we come back from this particular break, we're going to have a review of some of the events that happened during December in GH. Yeah, you can send me your favorites or your best events, the one you attended. 0551111 Just drop the comment and tell me why. All right, we are back after this.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Shout! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Feel the excitement. Enjoy the conversation. Come with us on this exciting journey of growth and personal development. We challenge you to break the status quo, step out and do big things. Catch host Reverend Albert Okran as he vibes with CEOs, experts, and changemakers. Right here on Springboard, your virtual university. Now showing every Sunday at 9 p.m. on Joy News TV, 7 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM, and streaming online on Facebook and YouTube. You can't miss it. Partners, MTN Ghana, Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Grows Program. A collaboration between MasterCard Foundation and Springboard Roadshow Foundation. Media partners, Joy FM, Joy News TV, and Graphic. Springboard. Your personal value will shoot up.
Here's where we turn around. Here's where we turn around.
Jack was on his way home. Just another evening drive. Lorraine was crossing the street. Just another walk to the shop. But in a split second, everything changed. One moment could save a life. Accidents keep rising and casualties keep climbing, leaving families in pain. Remember, avoid drinking and driving. Wear your seatbelts, helmets, and look both ways before crossing. Road safety is in your hands. The Road Safety Campaign is brought to you by Ayuda, Ghana's #1 services app. App Bako Services Bebre, Universal Motors Limited, driving trust, delivering excellence, and powered by Joy FM, Adum FM, Asempa FM, Hits FM, Joy News, and Joy Prime.
Accra, stop what you're doing. A new fire is rising in Ghana. Pepper Soup Festival, the first ever maiden edition, where food meets culture and fire meets flavor. Pepper soup like you've never tasted. Music, games, arts, fashion, crafts. One location, one day, one massive experience. Good Park, Accra Mall. Saturday, 10th January 2026, 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. Food brands, beverage brands, spice brands, oil brands, telcos, banks, insurance, FMCGs. If your brand wants visibility, sales, and real consumers, this is where you must be. Media partners, Multimedia Group, Pepper Soup Festival. Call 054-604-2421. Taste the fire. Be part of history.
There's going to come a time that the church will rise as the highest of all the mountains, and saviors will be raised in the church to deal with the world system. And let it be now. We need to have a national focus. We don't have to lose this ambition, or else we work against the Great Commission.
They are equipped in righteousness, the agenda to possess the nations. Welcome to an equipping center of the word and prayer on Pentecost Hour.
Pentecost Hour comes to you on Joy 99.7 FM every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Hits FM on Mondays at 5:30 a.m. and Joy Prime TV on Saturdays at 7 a.m.
It's Joe 99.7 FM. A big thank you to all of you listening right now. Bright Ashkat, Elon Bellan, to you, Roland Amate, DJ Ashman, to you, Ni Atakra Mensa. You know that feeling when it's Christmas or during the festive season, everyone is at home, you're busy with all that you're doing. You buy data in the morning and before 6 p.m. everything is gone. Now you buy another bundle and before the day breaks, oh yeah, everything is vanished. Then you start wondering if the family is drinking data for breakfast, lunch and supper. It's not their fault. It's because you don't have unlimited data. And that's why you need MTN Fiber this season. It's fiber, it's unlimited, it's fast, and it's on fire. So this season, put your home or business on MTN Fiber and enjoy a special range of packages for new users. There's even better offers for existing customers. And here is the bonus. The first 60 customers to sign up will receive vouchers from MTN. For new customers, just log on to my MTN app, tap more and request for broadband, check availability in your community, dial *5057# and follow the prompts. Now Women of Valor is back from Accra to Paris and now to London. Nana Banamwa presents Women of Valor London 2026 under the theme, The Pursuit of Fearlessness. Speaking from Ghana, Nigeria, UK, France, and the USA, we have people share powerful stories on 7th March 2026 at the London Hilton on Park Lane. So travel with them and enjoy the full London experience, return flight and hotel accommodations, visa support, cruise on River Thames, view of Big Ben, ride on the London Eye, tour of the Emirates Stadium, and more. You can call 055-6749-872 or 055-155-7700 to book your spot now. London is calling. Women of Valor London 2026 is in association with ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development and the official investment, development and sustainability partner. Goldboard Jewelry, the official jewelry partner. Nexus Global, official health tourism partner. Travel Wings, the official travel and tour partner. And Joy 99.7 FM, the official media partner. And it's also supported by Oh My Hair, Taste of Spa, Studio 7 Clinic and Med Spa, Stanners Luxury Beauty Studio, Sojourn Cabins, Avalanche by Mishken, Rovlin Cleaning Services, My Party Place Office and Co, Zinc Aesthetics, Kinky Matters, and Cookie the Makeup Girl. Do you love soup? I love soup, but I love pepper soup. You know pepper soup, if you should know they feel fine like that, then you drink. Charlie. If you get goat for inside crowd, you spoil the matter. So there is a new fire rising in Ghana. Pepper Soup Festival 2026 is the maiden edition where food meets culture and fire meets flavor. Pepper soup like you never tasted. Music, games, art, fashion, crafts, all in one location. It's happening on Saturday, 10th January. Oh, it's today. Oh yeah, from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. So you can still pass by till 11 p.m. happening at the Good Park, Accra Mall. Alright? Tomorrow is a Sunday. And Apostle Eric Nyameche will be coming your way with Pentecost Hour. You'll listen at 1:30 p.m. Alright, Joe 99.7 FM. And so during December, we had a lot of events. We had Made in Tardy, we have Afro Future, we had Dirty Rave, we had Family Party in the Park, 90s Jam, we had 1000 of 32 Laughs and Music, we had Taste the Culture. We had, which other event? Robert is the man that attended almost all the events. Hey! Events B.
He was even at the Ghana Praise.
Oh, you were there? Ghana in Praise.
When was Ghana in Praise?
It was on the 3rd, last week Saturday.
I passed.
So we're going to let Robert do a report for us. All the events he attended, Zama, Disco, to all the other events. Just walk us through them.
I think I went to about 20 events.
Hey,
Whoa!
Yeah. But even that I had to apply the brakes because if not, it's actually
you go break down.
No, yeah, but then the number of events available were huge, like a lot of them. There were nights where we had there were 3 events happening or 4 events.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, on 24th, 4 key events were happening. Kwame Dadzie had a show at my club. Samini had his Samini Fest at Alabama. We had Stoneboy had Beam Fest, and then we also had Kojo entry fight. Yes. Right? And so I like the clashes because at the end of the day, what happened was you could clearly see segmentation at work.
And you went to all of them. That
night. Not necessarily.
You did?
I couldn't go to all of them. I just
Which
had
ones
to go
did you do?
No, I did BIM, and I went by the Samini Fest just a little bit by hair. But essentially that was what happened on the 13th.
Yeah.
BYK event.
Yes.
Was there, and we had Sina Soul as well, and then we had Refa. The awards.
Refa Awards.
Yes, that was on the 13th. Yeah, but that same day there was another program too. I've forgotten about 4 programs.
Yes, there was another program.
So the clashes were there, but it also proved that you don't assume that
was medical.
Yeah. So it's not like everybody is here, so nobody's going to come to events. Once you do your segmentation, your targeting properly, you should be able to get people consistently coming to your program. And if you're also doing programs like the way DJ Mensa and Co are doing it, when people close from some programs, they will still come to you. Oh yeah, I mean, it's very, very strategic. So I think generally, again, you could see clearly the private sector at work, putting in the most and attracting the numbers and holding December in GH down. So this is a huge victory, and everybody needs to celebrate the private sector for what they have done. Generally, programs started late. Yes, I don't know.
Across board.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Started late.
You don't know what happened.
Yep, I don't know what happened with everybody following a particular pattern programs.
That's the norm.
No, previously it wasn't so, but it looks like the time keeps shifting.
Yeah.
For some reason it's shifting, because some programs.
It was worse last year, right?
Yeah. Some programs started after 12, and it still continued, So I'm not too sure what the reasons are in terms of the space.
Okay.
But then again, it's some arguments I've also heard is that it's if you close a program at 2 a.m. As compared to closing at 4 a.m., they would prefer 4 a.m. than 2 a.m. because 2 a.m. does not seem safe. Yeah, but 4 a.m. feels safer.
So they can, can go home then.
Yeah, so that's another thing that, so you close and then they are still there asking for some jams.
So
6 a.m.
Now, what are you going home to do?
I'm going to sleep.
It's Christmas.
Jackie will tell you that I'll say that about saying now person will go fear.
Yeah, and I'm also very happy about ticketed events.
Okay.
Because most of the programs suffered from a lot of sponsorship, like they didn't get sponsorship, or the number of events have increased, and so sponsorship numbers have had to dwindle. But we have people charging for ticketing events, and people are paying, which means that events are moving towards the point where they are becoming self-sustainable. And that for me is good for the industry, because for as long as they are self-sustainable, you are empowering people to constantly do more. And then
we're far off from there, though. But
say again?
We're far off from there, but
we are getting there. Yeah. So it's very progressive, and the numbers in terms of the figures, it's going up. But people are still paying for it, and they are overselling. I think that some of the challenges that we have in the space is not knowing when a program is fully subscribed or not, because I'm selling tickets, it's not fully sold, and people are coming to buy from the gates. I think once we get to that point where the culture of attending an event is people buying ahead of time.
Some people they want physical tickets. They want to hold the tickets.
If you can buy ahead of time, and organizers would know, it would make a lot more things easier. And generally in terms of what do you call it? Security, like I said earlier, I think it was good. I didn't really hear too much, too many negatives. The general issue I have has to do with large events and washrooms.
Okay.
Large events and issues of washrooms. When you go to, let's say, if there was a program at Soho, or let's say at Grand Arena, or any of these established places, you don't really have these issues, because there are people there who are cleaning the place up and all of that. But when it comes to public events, then that is when you have issues, because the places, you don't have enough, and the places don't look too clean. I think that's an area we need to be able to look into.
The numbers are huge.
The numbers are huge, so I'm not too sure how, but we need to be able to factor in those elements. Beyond that, I think that our stages were graced beautifully. I'm extremely excited that a lot of the dancers were also employed, and employment also dwindled down to a lot more people. I know people who moved to town just because they were like waiting on tables back to back, and so they couldn't go home. So like employment was engineered, throughout, and I'm just happy that those things happened. And people came to town, stayed in town just to be able to, meet the demands of the festive season, and then after that they're back home. So in all, I'm excited about it, and I just.
In terms of experience, did we just go there to see them sing the songs we've heard them sing, or the songs we've listened to already? How was the experience across board?
There were people who gave more. So Revival, for example, when you had Kweku Smoke in the skies coming, in a chopper, quote and unquote chopper experience, that got people excited. obviously, if you watch Stoneboy and how he also came on stage, and all of that, so quite
or
a number.
maybe Sarkodie who brought on Ebonoa. Or say, hey, fuck me way.
So why did Sack bring on Ebonoa?
Because he had to bring him for what?
DJ Mesa can
respond to that. For what? He's official. He's part of the Sarkodie team.
Sarkodie wasn't even aware he was coming.
No, wait. Are you serious?
Yes. He wasn't aware.
Sarkodie wasn't aware that.
So who put him on?
Sometimes we have to surprise Sark with some of the things.
So it's the events organized, the events management.
Management and
And you thought it wise to put him on.
Oh, I got to know a few minutes before he got on.
If I would speculate, I would say it would be George Quay who put it on.
I wouldn't be surprised.
George only handled the.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The opening act and then he left. So I don't think it was George.
So at what point did Ebonoa come in?
Almost to finish.
Oh, it wasn't the beginning.
Yeah, it wasn't the beginning. It was almost to finish. I think he came on right.
Yes,
and then on a sack stage
before. So we have different segments when it comes to the performance. So he came on right after the party.
And he didn't know where he was. Okay.
Okay.
Then if you've taken us to Sarkodie, let's stay there.
Right.
How was the experience this year? How was it different from last year?
As always, it's if you have run something for a long time, there will always be a challenge. To give more.
Yeah.
And I mean, one thing that we always pride on is fans that will support SAC regardless, and that's not what we look at. We also want to see what they always take back. I mean, if you ask me, one of the challenges we have is auditorium.
Yeah.
But where are we going to go?
People say you should do Legon Stadium or any other
We just
stadium.
did Kumasi, so the stadium conversation is not such a big deal.
They're talking about Accra.
Yeah, we can create another show in Accra, which is not Rapaholic.
All right.
The following we have for Rapaholic, I don't want us to lose it. If you see the caliber of people that are coming in, the cars that come and park at Rapaholic, when we move it to the stadium, we're not going to get the same attraction.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, but DJ, the problem I sussed from people who attended SAC's show is that SAC always gives his optimum best.
Yes.
But most of the people claim that he's outgrown the venue.
That's what they say.
That's
100%. I mean, again, the challenge for venue is there. It will always be there. And then, to me, as an event organizer, I wouldn't want to lose what we have.
Because some people said they had to stand and stretch.
You have
because the place was overcrowded.
Yes, overcrowded. We always have. I mean, we try not to overcrowd. I mean, we stick to the numbers and all of that. But again, security issues, as Robert was mentioning, you always have people that will come in from nowhere. We've fought that so many times. But then again, there are some people. The calls that we get for, an example, for our table sales, or the people. There's this guy. One thing that I always mention, he buys for his kids, just because of where we do it. If we move it to the stadium, he's not going to. The safety of his kids.
But if it gets uncomfortable, he might decide not to come.
100%.
Because yes.
But I mean, as we have said, this is the last time that we are doing it there. I don't think it's going to be a stadium show. It's going to be
something else, but not stadium.
Yes,
you want to keep that experience.
We want to keep that experience. We want to keep the kind of people that come there. But it's not going to be the Crown Arena.
Oh, brilliant!
All right, all right. So apart from Rapaholic, which other event did you attend during the?
Well, my calendar ends in October, from like October 1st, because I have my own events from Akwaba. So I mean, we had Soft Life from the beginning of about December 18th, all the way to if I'm going to go to some of the events we do. So we as we said, we pride on the fact that we started this thing. So we welcome people in the country, where we have the welcome party, which we had at Enzo. We have the Soft Life. We had our premium event, which is the Casa Black, the Casa White. We brought Crept and Conan. for the first time to Ghana at Polo Beach. We brought composers again, which we've been doing for about 8 years. I don't know if you know Solid Crew. They were also in Ghana. And these are people that we brought in to have an event.
That was before the 30th December.
All of that in December.
In December.
Starting from
all these.
All these. From the 18th all the way. Even yesterday, they had another event at Front Back, which was Soft Life. Tomorrow, it's actually the exit party at Enzo. So we welcome them and make sure, and then we make sure we take them to all these different venues because we have a database of people that we are bringing in to know that.
Wait, so yesterday we had 2 events?
Yes, yesterday. See this guy. We should commend him because he's always there.
Yeah.
Look at the traffic situation we had in December. He's always there to support. Yesterday he was with me and all of that. So yes, we should commend Robert for being there to support the event. So yes, I I'm having my event and still playing with SAC. We went to support Black Sheriff, Kweku Smoke, Kim Promise, some few bank events and all. So in a day, sometimes we're doing about 5 events.
Was it part of the MIM Live event?
That too.
MIM Live event.
Yes, that too. In Tema, he's always supported that event.
You see, Kwame.
Yeah. Okay. Uncle Ken, which of the events did you attend?
Investing or virtual?
Uncle Ken!
All the events I attended
were
at +233.
Oh wow!
And I'll come to that.
That's cool.
Before
DJ Mensa
goes. DJ Mensa.
He's not going anywhere.
He's staying with us still.
Oh, he's staying with us.
We have 15 minutes.
Did SAC perform at the Obuasi Beaters event?
No. Which one is that?
I heard there was an Obuasi Beaters event in the Ashanti region.
There were a few events that I missed because I had to run
and SAC came on stage at 5 a.m.
Yes, I think there was an event like that, and true.
And so a lot of the people were peeved.
Pissed off, yes, true, 100%.
That why should SAC, for whom they came to the event, appear at 5 a.m.
From what I heard, it's been the worst event that we attended where they got so mad.
So, Philip, you see,
throwing stones and everything.
It's good I stayed behind to monitor.
It got really bad.
Uncle Ken!
It's good to stay behind
Uncle Ken, you see, he knows his stuff.
I monitor this event.
If I take away this phone right now.
Hey!
Just like he used yours. To be honest with you, there were a lot of events this Christmas. And so I don't know why people go about saying that the Christmas was not as it used to be.
Black Vulture said
even before we got it, because there were plenty of events. And most of these events were patronized very well. So I don't understand why people will go on social media.
Maybe there was something they were looking for that they didn't.
What were they looking for?
I don't know.
What were they looking for?
What were they looking for? Look, there was an event I monitored. I don't know if any of you actually monitored it. It was R&B Under the Stars.
Yes.
At the Polo Club.
Yeah, there was an event like that.
And somebody was talking about how much people were able to charge. It was Rob. They were charging over 1,000 Ghana, 2,000.
There was dinner on Blanc as well.
Yeah, dinner on Blanc.
Dinner on Blanc, which eventually happened at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Center. They came here, didn't they?
Yeah, they came here for
on our show.
Yeah,
they did.
They were They came here, and people were angry at the fact that it happened at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park.
I saw that as well.
Because people said that the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is a sacred place that things of that nature should not happen there. But I disagree. I disagree. If you can,
it's a whole park.
Exactly. With the mausoleum. Yes.
So it's not like they were.
Maybe they should have had a spiritual event there.
I disagree. And at the +233 Jazz Bar and Grill, I doff my hat off to a lot of our artists who held shows there.
Okay.
Bessa Simons and his band performed there. Ochame Kwame, Afrio Wutaki Paluta at the Hip Life Party on the 25th. Magic. Kwabra Live on the 27th.
Great.
And these people did not charge peanuts. all these shows I'm talking about charged over 500 cedis.
Looks like Plus 3 is the only place
And
Robert didn't go to.
Robert won't come there. And then the legend himself, Jeduble Ambule, had his stand on the 30th of December.
Wow.
And there was Cheers to Life concert with a free Uta, Chami Kwame, 1st January.
Charlie.
With a Kwaboa and co. So some of these artists who we've known in the who are known in the circles held their events at Plus 233. And you know, Plus 233, the audience that go there, they want live band music.
Oh, yeah, you're coming.
Please, did you mention Kofi Kinata?
Kofi Kinata
he also had an event.
Yes, Kofi also had an, and then Samini Live.
Wow.
And Intimate on the 3rd of January. Live and Intimate.
That's
you know. So there were a lot of events, and Plus 233 gave me the best experience.
I love that.
If you ask me,
I
felt comfortable there. I mean, I go to Plus 233 and I'm assured of quality music.
For a Septuagenarian, where
good sound.
Yes.
Bisabium. Bisabium. You know, I wanted to ask you whether you heard of Latif's productions.
Latif, the African festival.
Because Latif was here.
Yes.
With us, and you know, unfortunately, I couldn't attend any of Latif's.
Yeah, I couldn't, but I saw videos, I saw reports. It was amazing.
And you know something that struck me?
Yeah.
When you spoke to your Volta regional
Paul
correspondent, Paul,
yeah,
he mentioned an MP wú organized a street carnival.
Yeah.
And I felt that was really nice of the MP to be able to organize such an event there. And he says that he had been doing it before he became an MP.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, the GH in December.
No, you had a good
nice.
time. You had a good time.
But there were excesses. People complained about certain events where there were supposed to be segregations like VVIP and VIP, and they get there and
everything is
messed up. You know, that kind of thing. I think we need to look at that.
Okay.
Going forward.
Perhaps that's the reason why
Uncle Francis.
DJ Mensah doesn't want to.
Uncle Francis, I saw you at 90s Jam.
Yeah.
I saw you at 90s.
Yeah, I was at 90s Jam.
Did you attend any other event?
And you know Dominic, there's a guy, Dominic Poby. I don't know if you know Dominic. Philip, he's been here before. Okay. He organizes choral.
Oh, Dominic.
Yes, yes. You know, they also had their choral program.
Okay.
And they've been so consistent, these choral people.
All right.
On that note, let me just give it up to Uncle Ebo for his theater experience.
Theater experience as well.
So theater gets a mention.
Yeah.
Okay. Uncle Francis.
Yeah, sure.
Where did you go apart from 90s Jam?
I was at Taste the Culture.
Oh, you couldn't have been anywhere apart from Taste the Culture. How did it taste, the culture?
Oh,
how did the culture taste?
I think it tastes well.
It was nice.
It could taste better,
okay.
But it tastes. Well, I mean, for a first show, I think the attendance was good.
Yeah.
You would have hoped that it would be bigger, than that. But I think the issue is about how the show cannot drag. But all the artists who mounted the stage did tremendously well. From Jackie to Kim Promise to Omale to there were a few issues, as you know, with sound and all that.
Did you say Amarai performed?
Omale.
Oh, because I understand Amarai didn't perform.
Yeah, Amarai left.
So it's Omale.
At that event.
Yes.
And Blacko came on at 4 a.m.
No, the show ended at 4 a.m.
So Blacko didn't perform?
He performed.
He came on around 3 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Uncle Ken, Uncle Ken, he follows everything.
And I went to my children, and they were there because they wanted to see Blacko, so I had to wait for it to end. So got home almost 6 a.m.
Wow.
So for me, that was it. The fact that but most of that is because of how, and that's why I said earlier that if you have artists that are going to change their sound or patch their sound to, then you need to look at different stages where maybe as they are doing that you have something happening on another stage, so it doesn't delay the show too much, because that for me was it. But it was for first experience. It was a very
How
good
did
one.
you feel 90s Jam?
I've been to 90s Jam
In the 80s.
A lot of times. A lot of times. When it was up on that.
Silver Tower.
And so for me, the two things. One was the fact that the beginning looked a bit slow because, and let me also say that I was really impressed with the attendance. I mean, I was so impressed that the traffic that was going into that venue, and that venue is big, so many cars. Like, I was shocked because I think that you drive in, you park, and then you go inside.
But
it took a bit
events always attract so many people.
But I felt that the beginning was a bit because you provided too many tables and chairs for people to sit. It's supposed to be a jam. Let them stand by cocktail tables, and like we used to do up there. Only a few, if somebody, get tired and they can go. But there were too many, in my view, tables and chairs for people to sit instead of them standing and dancing and all that.
Plus cabanas.
Plus cabanas. That was one. Two was that you brought people in their 50s and things, and then you said you're going to close at 6 a.m. By 2 o'clock, everybody was gone. These are old people, man. They are not going to. These are not Gen Zs, though. They are not going to party to 6 a.m.
But some of them were not happy that we closed early.
Yeah, they said you closed too early.
Yeah, but most of them were leaving.
Okay.
Most of them were leaving. So I mean, the point I'm making is that we need to look at how to time it. Say maybe this is so. The main content would be within a particular time. But
I was monitoring on radio.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, but I think that it was again a very good one. The DJs did so well.
Yeah, they did.
DJ Vision or
DJ Victor.
Amazing
DJ
guy.
Black,
amazing guy.
DJ Victor is a purely. It was like very dominant in the area. I think he used to be with Prime Cut. So Prime Cut.
It's with Hits FM, right?
It's with Hits. DJ Victor, like those days. Jalo and
so well
Karim and Co.
And of course, Mr. Black. Top it up with all that. And I like the energy of McCree also.
Turn up.
My God.
So for me, it was a good experience, to have for. I mean, and for me that was like a climax of. Everything around.
Mr. Francis, the table culture is a big thing right now. So I know where you are coming from.
It's gonna go away.
Yeah, it will be hard to go away now because the demand for tables now is higher than it used to be before. Like now, you go to nightclubs and there's no dance floor. It's full of tables.
It's full of tables.
Wow.
Because they charge for the tables.
They charge for the tables.
No, because you have a lot more people who are first of all asking you a question about. Where do I sit? I'm not going to stand for X number of hours. So we understand. But I think that it's about. So his point is also valid. How you keep the party active all the way through. So it's about having that particular blend. So obviously, cocktail tables are also very necessary.
All right. Let me take 30 seconds of your time to tell me. What do you think is the best thing to do to make the Dirty December more dirty or dirtier? That's a word.
Kwame, you are saying dirty.
Sorry, dirty December dirtier. Let me start with you, DJ Mensa.
I mean,
in 30
to me, the
seconds.
growth is good.
Sorry, this is last word so that he knows.
Yeah, your last words.
The growth is good. One of the things I want us to, few things I want us to improve on. Spread events across the whole month, not just December.
Lovely.
That will help avoid multiple shows in the night. Improve traffic, transport, mobility planning. Strengthening security, safety, emergency response, standardized events, quality across. That's my thing now.
Charlie, I love that. I love that. Let me come to you, Robert. Yes, 30 seconds.
Let's get into the economic value of what we are doing, really, and just so that we are able to make a strong case for investments. Most of the things that are being done are coming off pockets of people within the sector, private sector. It would be nice to have the partnership. When we say private and public partnership, imagine if there was some amount of money to support it just so that we can take it to the next level. Because otherwise, the height we can get to will only be by the strength of the funding of the private sector. But if you have government throwing in their supports and they're able to take it a notch higher because they are making all the money when it comes to tourism and whatever benefits are associated with that, that would also help. So I think we need to be able to measure it. We need to be able to, make a case for some form of investment in a particular space.
Time up.
Thank you, Rob. Uncle Ken.
Yes. Kwame. There was an argument I followed.
28.
27. There was an argument I followed about A-list artists.
Yeah.
Who organize their own shows, inviting their friends.
Yes.
To support
them. Yeah.
And there was this argument that to tell us that you are an A-list artist, you don't need to invite other people to come on stage with you. And that you should be able to deliver by yourself.
Everything.
Yes.
Wow.
So that we recognize you as such. And the people were trying to refer to artists in the States and other places who organize their events and go solo and perform by themselves throughout.
That could be a concept for somebody.
Yes. Now, I tend to see their point of view. But I also think that because we are a growing industry, it is good we ask our friends to come and support us.
Yeah.
Because you come to my show as Sarkodie, and I have a friend also performing that you might not have followed throughout his life. And you hear him on stage, you tend to like that person too. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but
yeah, maybe in future we will delve deeper into that.
We can look at that.
Yeah,
we can have that conversation.
Mr. Doku.
Yeah. I think that we position ourselves as a destination that attract people around that time. I think we've also had different conversations about how to spread, that a bit more. I mean, in 2024 there were 150,000 people who, according to the GTA, came to Ghana. We will see the numbers and see if that went up for this past December or what we can do. But I think that there's a need to give it a bit more, top of mind.
Okay.
For instance, as we speak now, I hope that most of the things that happen in December have been captured by the GTA, put into like a documentary between now and a certain time, so that we see all those ones and then it drives forward. So they're doing well, but I think we could do better in placing the destination as a place for people to visit.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Francis Doku, to you, Robert Clark, to Mr. Ken Adi, to DJ Mensa, to all the people we spoke to early on, to Mr. Gilbert Abeku Agri. Happy birthday to you, KMJ, and to you, Richard Amate. Yeah, and every other person who listened to us today, a big thank you for tuning in. It's a new year. Yeah, and Lexus Bill's birthday, Charlie. Nana Odi Asa the one. Yeah, Nana Odi Asa the one. And Sarkodie is taking Rapaholic to London. Yeah, Charlie. It's in March, right? Okay, that's amazing. That's so amazing. My name is Kwame Dadzie. This show was produced by Mr. Philip Nye, supported by Anita Tay, Olivier Fangnan, Kweku Emisa, and the entire team. Yeah, I'm leaving you in the hands of R2Bs. Iradia.